Silent Hill is a franchise filled to the oddly shaped body bag brim with nasty enemies. It's a figurative squelch of surreal horror, and one that never fails to make my turgid lump shamble to attention. Dripping in symbolism and psychological horror, and with a distinctive style entirely its own, it's time we took a look at some of our favourite nasties and figure out what they mean. With this in mind, I'm Jules of WhatCulture.com, here to give you lovely bottles of hot sauce, a list on the top 10.
Whoa, hang on. No, we're not doing
Peter,
this right now.
what are you doing,
what
man?
Are you
Why are you
doing?
ruining my shot?
No. What are you doing, right? You're supposed to be, you work from home. You come up here, you're supposed to be doing voiceovers and sending them in, right? And you come up here and do a list on camera that's perfect for me.
Why is it perfect for you? I have every right to do this list.
Yeah, but I have a degree in psychology. Psychological horror, Silent Hill. Why you come up to the office, you don't even work here.
Listen, it doesn't matter. I'm here now. Why don't we just share the list? It'll be fine, we can work together. It'll be a good way to bond.
Really?
Yeah, we'll do it together.
Right, we'll do it. Reverse psychology. I've got it. That's what you're doing to me, right? Reverse psychology, reverse psycho. I've got an idea. Why don't you do it on your own?
Me do the list on my own?
By yourself. Like reverse. You do it on your own.
Thanks, man, I will. This is the top 10 most disturbing Silent Hill enemies.
What, on your own?
Yeah. Shit. Number 10. Bubblehead Nurses. Silent Hill 2. Who doesn't love a sexy nurse? Well, I personally prefer my women with a face and who don't try to beat me to death, but beggars can't be choosers. On the surface, you can easily feel the sexualized vibes this enemy gives off with its short, provocative skirt and rather ample bust, linking the nurse to James's sexual frustrations. However, you can also argue that James Sunderland's experiences with hospitals and his wife's terminal illness play into their design. The downturned faces and obscured features can be seen to reflect the uncaring attitude of medical staff and James's resentment that not enough was done to save her. Either way, I'm gonna try and avoid this click-limbed clinic worker checking my pulse anytime soon, thank you very much. Number 9. Lisa, PT. Okay, so this might be a controversial entry on the list, as 1, the game will never see the light of day, and 2, the speculation of Lisa's role in the story will likely never be confirmed. But here goes. So you know that old saying, an eye for an eye? I think someone important like Kanye said it once. Well, you see, Lisa, she's only got one eye. And she's also had her baby taken from her thanks to her husband murdering both her and the unborn kidlet. Now again, speculation abound, but in PT we could assume that we are playing the role of the husband. And the repetitious cycle of escalating madness shown in the teaser is a reflection of avoiding guilt. Each time we go through the door, we are looking to escape what we've done, but there she is, with all her wiggling baby in a sink joy. Grim. Number 8. Pyramid Head, Silent Hill 2. Oh, Pyramid Head, you beautiful chiseled beast! There's something about the way you rip people's skin off that makes me love you so. This walking man mountain is disturbing in all the right ways. Big-ass buster sword, physique like Simon Miller's, and a f***ed up sexual introduction. All the good stuff. Mr. Head is a little bit violent and just a tiny bit sexual. Seen here tearing apart or molesting other enemies in the game and using his sword like a big old metal cock. So, are we to assume that Trapezoid Leg is all about dem boobs and dem butts? Well, not entirely, for you can also look at his presentation as a sign of James's denial for his wife's death. James killed Maria to release her of her suffering, and so Pyramid, in his executioner's garb, kills her again and again to remind James of his sins and manifested guilt. And as for his giant helmet, well, that could be seen as a blinker of James's mind, ignoring the truth and ploughing forward with ignorance and denial. Number 7. Twin Victims, Silent Hill 4, The Room. Walter Sullivan is not what you'd call a nice chap. A serial murderer who aimed at fulfilling a religious pact and ushering in a new age of paradise by killing all manner of people and even kids. Murdering twins Billy and Miriam and creating the twin victim. A horrific creature who walks on its hands, has creepy Victorian-like death masks as a head, and who points at you in an accusatory manner whenever you encounter it. The symbolism here is pretty on the nose, the heads being the twins and the hands being representative of the aggressive Nickelback lookalike who took them from this world. It's just the pointing finger I can't get over. Imagine if you walked into a room and people just turned and pointed at you like that.
Hi guys, do you mind if I quickly You're busy? I will come back.
Number 6. Closer, Silent Hill 3. The Closer is a mess of engorged limbs that looks like a runny nose with anger issues. This shuffling mess attacks you with its meatbag-sized hands, which also have jaws on them, which then shoot out blades, and it's got a mouth like a fleshlight. Not that I know what a fleshlight looks like or what it's used for or have ever thought about f***ing the closer. The closer can be seen to represent greed and commercialism to excess. The design of the creature contains a female body with high boots and a miniskirt, implying either sexualization or a representation of Western ideals of beauty. The giant arm bags can be seen as, well, bag arms, heavy with shopping or food, which encompasses the greed aspect of this creature. Finally, we have to take into account the location of the first closer, being located in a woman's clothing shop eating the remains of another woman. You could almost say that the symbolism with the closer is a little heavy-handed. Hashtag best joke Jules has ever made. Number 5, Rorschach, Silent Hill Shattered Memories. The Rorschach is the only type of enemy that you face in Silent Hill Shattered Memories. But the interesting thing about this bumhole-faced beast is that its appearance changes based on the decisions made by the player. You can see these little grey guys turn into walking, festering pools if you focus too much on alcohol, or become sexualized if you focus too much on women. You see, the Rorschachs exist as a manifestation of denial from central figure in the game Cheryl Mason. Their white, featureless bodies therefore come to reflect something similar to white blood cells defending their host. And while this is all creepy for sure, that's nothing compared to what they do to you if they catch you with their grubby little hands, for they aggressively, disgustingly coddle you to sleep, which, all joking aside, is really goddamn unsettling. Number 4, Abstract Daddy, Silent Hill 2. This monster is meant to be the manifestation of the sexual assault suffered by Angela Orozco at the hands of her brother and father. Abstract Daddy reflects this as it appears to be made up of two figures on a bed of sorts, with one figure clearly dominating the other. That and the fact that there's a ruddy great penis with a vagina mouth at the end, but maybe I'm just scraping the barrel here. Either way, no thank you please. Number 3, AMNION, Silent Hill Homecoming. Okay, well, this is A, f***ing terrifying, and B, no, seriously, look at her f***ing extendo face, what the shit is this about? Much like a lot of the other protagonists on this list, Alex Shepard has done something naughty in his past. In his case, he accidentally killed his younger brother Joshua while out on a lake after a tussle over a family ring. So here we have AMNION, a pregnant, waterlogged spider being which contains the dead body of his brother. You can see this womanly figure pregnant with Joshua as a representation of Alex's guilt, his denial of the events giving birth to this horror. The mechanical limbs and arachnid design play into Joshua's love of insects that was shown earlier in the game, and the waterlogged body referencing how Joshua died. It's the perfect marriage of horror, dead kids, spiders, and appendages that don't exactly look like they're up to health and safety standards. Number 2, SLURPER, Silent Hill 3. These deceiving little pig-nosed horrors just love to gang up on Heather in Silent Hill 3 and have their way with her. If that sounded a bit raunchy, then it's intentional, as the Slurper's design seems to have been based around addicts or sexual predators. The leather short-wearing pig-nosed beast uses its club hands to knock Heather over and climb over her in order to do damage. This action ties into the overarching narrative of Heather giving birth, so the Slurper fulfills this role of a sort of incessantly hungry child. And if that's the case, I'm all for getting sterilized. And number 1, ASPHYXIA, Silent Hill Homecoming. Nora Holloway was just a young girl when she was sacrificed to the old god by her mother and the rest of the Order. What this results in, however, is this abomination. So, you know, don't sacrifice your kids to cults. Okay? The body of this beast appears to be made up of several figures, all chained together in a human centipede-like fashion. The reasons behind this could be because it emphasizes all the other people sacrificed by the Order to their cult. It may even be a reference to Nora's love of the book Alice in Wonderland, her body now being reflective of the caterpillar, which was her favorite. There's a certain sexuality to asphyxia, which is a sentence I always begin my lovemaking sessions with, in that it sways seductively back and forth. However, as Nora was a young girl, the sexual organs appear to be covered by the many hands, which creates a very disturbing contrast to the movements. No, thank you, please! And that's our list. If you want to spout about any other Silent Hill beasties, then you can do so in the comments section below. And if you want to follow the What Culture Gaming team, you can do so here, or you can follow me at my personal Twitter, RetroJ with a 0. As always, if you enjoyed the video, then like, share, and subscribe for more. I've been Jules of WhatCulture.com, and I'll see you soon. So how was that?
Well, I've made a few notes.
Okay.
Mostly sort of from a psychologist capacity.
Right.
Curious about how many of these monsters you want to
I mean, it's not something that
Daddy issues.
It's a funny guy!